better tired than...
We have at least 8.
Girl, we do also have, but yeah. Managing. You had a lot of time to rest?
After the season, yes. Like 18 days. That was like top of my career. 18 days. I wasn't even aware.
Good morning, everyone. And goedemorgen if you're here in the Netherlands. Welcome to Apeldoorn for week number 3 of Volleyball Nations League for the women, organized by FIVB and Volleyball World, and bringing together some of the world's best stars in the game. And we're thrilled to have you here, whether you're here in the building, here in Apeldoorn, or watching online. Glad to have you as well. My name is Rob Snook. I'm a commentator for Volleyball World, and very much looking forward to my 5th, week in a row, sort of, 5th out of 6 weeks commentating for VBTV. So it's exciting for all of us, and I'll be your MC for today's press conference. I want to take a moment to shine a little bit of light on the area, the city of Apeldoorn, the host. The green and royal sports capital of the Netherlands, Apeldoorn, widely known as the green capital and the royal heart of the Veluwe region in Apeldoorn. Royal means more than just the presence of the Paleis het Loo. It also stands for a wide range of activities and spacious surroundings and the warm hospitality of the city. Apeldoorn offers the best of both worlds: peaceful, green surroundings, historic landmarks, a vibrant city center, and urban amenities. Apeldoorn is the volleyball capital of the Netherlands, a well-earned honor, hosting prestigious events like the World Championships in 2022, the Women's Volleyball World Championships, the World Beach Volleyball Championships in 2015, the European Beach Volleyball Championships on 2 different occasions. This year, of course, the Volleyball Nations League, and it is the home to Dynamo Apeldoorn, one of the Netherlands' top volleyball teams. One of the highlights of VNL week number 3 will be this Saturday, the 12th of July, Kids Day for the youngest fans of this great sport. We expect to see a lot of young ones out to enjoy the fun. And so whether you're here for the volleyball or the history or the nature or all 3, Apeldoorn is the place, and we're ready to welcome you. As you likely know, the VNL has grown this year from 16 teams to 18. There are 6 here in Apeldoorn, 6 in Arlington, Texas, and 6 in Chiba in Japan. And at the end of this week, we will know the 8 teams that are going to the finals in Łódź, Poland, in just about 2 weeks' time. And as a new aspect of the VNL this year, we also know which team will be relegated. So there is so much on the line for these teams here and in the other centers this week. So competition will start, of course, tomorrow. And it'll have Czechia versus world champions Serbia, the reigning VNL and Olympic champions Italy against Belgium, and the final game tomorrow night will have the 2023 VNL champs Turkey versus the host nation Netherlands. So that will be followed by 2 games per day on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and then all 6 teams will be in action again on Sunday. So I'm going to take a few moments to just introduce each of the participants on our stage here today. And then I'll go back and ask each a question or 2, and then we'll open it up to the media here. And we also have some questions that have been sent, and we'll take those a little bit later on. All right, let's start on the far side from Team Turkey, which is off to an awesome 7-1 start to the season. She plays as outside hitter. She's a 2-time Olympian, a 5-time Turkish League champion, number 9, Melia Dikan. Beside her, almost needs no introduction, from Team Italy. She was the most valuable player of the VNL last year, the MVP of the Olympic Games in Paris, winning gold, 3-time MVP of the Champions League, has already scored 124 points in the VNL this year, Paula Iganu. Beside her, from Team Belgium, the sort of second home team this week, only a couple hours away for a lot of their fans. She has been the starting setter for all 8 of her team's games so far in VNL 2025. She's a 3-time champion in the Belgian League, Elisa van Sass. Next, in his third season as the head coach of the Netherlands, he guided the team to an Olympic berth last year, is coming off a great season in Germany, coaching his team to the Bundesliga title with Palmberg Schwerin, Felix Kozlowski. Beside him, from Team Netherlands, she's earned silver and bronze at European Championships. She scored almost 400 regular season points in Italy this past year. In the Netherlands' last VNL game in Belgrade, she came off the bench to score 19 points, helping her team beat Germany. She is the captain of Team Netherlands, Nika Dalderop. From Team Czechia, a team really making some noise this year in its first season in the VNL with 4 wins already and in the fight for the final 8. She's had a lot to do with her team's success. In the starting lineup for 7 of her team's 8 games, the setter, Katarzyna Velkova. And from Team Serbia, almost doesn't need an introduction. She was the MVP of the last 2 World Championships, helping to power her team to gold both times. A 2-time European champion, a superstar in the Turkish league for a decade, the captain of Team Serbia, Tijana Boskovic. So those are our 7 participants. We're glad that you've all been able to join us this morning. We know it's kind of early for you, and we're glad to have you. A lot of you have done a lot of traveling as well. We know about that. I'll start on the far end of the table. Melia, your team's had a really great, as we mentioned, great start to the VNL, just 1 loss. What I thought was interesting is you've had 6 different leading scorers during that time, and that must give... Well, let me ask, what does that do for the confidence of the group?
Hello, everyone. Yes, as you've mentioned, we had a great start in the first week in China. We have rotated a lot of different players. We have new young players also. So it has been a great experience for them and also for us winning all of those games. And I believe we are entering into the hardest week now for us with great teams, great opponents, and we are very excited to see where we are standing at this point. So
you know what Nika and the Dutch team, you played at home last week. What was that like?
Yes, actually we met also in Italy, so we have a lot of experience playing against each other. We are very excited to start this week off with them. And we have a great memories here also from 2019 Olympic qualifications. So we are very excited to be here again, and we hope to be as successful as back then.
And how great was it to play at home this year in the VNL?
Oh, it was amazing. Long time we didn't play in our hometown. I mean, we used to play in Ankara, so it was the first time to play in Istanbul in front of our crowd after so many years. And as we heard, we broke the record with the spectators, so we are very excited to repeat that again, hopefully sometime soon.
Awesome. Thank you. Paula, it's been such an incredible run for your team. Olympic gold, VNL gold, 8 straight wins already this year. I thought was an interesting question. Who are some of the unsung heroes on your team that you know about, but maybe we don't see all the statistics? Who are some of those people, whether it's the players or coaches or whoever it is, behind the scenes?
Good morning, everyone. The first one, I would say Monica Di Gennaro. I mean, you don't see her, but she's the one that creates most of the order and make everything goes smoothly. The way she talks to the younger players, the way she tries to create a comfortable situation to everyone, to create the atmosphere to push and everything. And I would say she is the most one that maybe you don't see her, but she does a lot for the team. Like, she's really a team player.
She's sort of the boss on the floor?
She is.
Yeah, but everybody's good with that.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. All right, great. Elisa, your team's won 2 in a row, and 5, 4, and 5 setters. And first of all, how did you do it, and how big is the challenge going to be this week?
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we had indeed our 2 wins in a row, and it was very important for us. We're back in VNL, and we are very happy to be here, but we also want to stay here. A lot of teams here are playing for top 8, but actually we are here to stay here. It's going to be a difficult week for us, we're gonna fight each game, each set. If we can take some points somewhere, it would be very good. But we're just focusing on our level and trying to make it difficult for each team to beat us.
Right. A lot of us who are on Instagram, we saw the wedding of the year, I think, with Britt Herbutz, obviously, and she can't be here. So how much does that? I mean, you have to score now by committee, I guess, a little bit more, right?
Yeah. So Britt is not here, but also Silke van Avermaet, our middle, is also not here. So we need to adapt a little bit more. We will play with a younger team, but it's also good for them to have a little bit more experience. And yeah, we trained a lot to handle with the situation. And yeah, we will try to manage it without them.
Okay, great. All right, Felix, what were the qualities for your team that you noticed, that you've seen sort of evolve? And I specifically want to ask about the last game when you beat Germany, and how important was that?
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to say that we were looking forward for this week, having the opportunity playing at home in front of our home crowd with such incredible teams that we can host here. We are looking really forward for an amazing week. As we spoke already before, this summer for us, especially the Volleyball Nations League, is a moment for us for taking time to start to include new players, to bring young players for the first time on the big stage. The last 2 weeks, we had already 8, 9 girls that made the appearance for the national team for their first time. So it's very exciting that we can go through this process. And they are still going to be up and downs. And we had some very good matches in the first week. We had some, actually 2 good games in the second week, but also 2 games where we were not so satisfied the level that we could reach. And looking forward now for this week number 3, we are very curious to see where we are right now, where we proceeded right now, and of course we want to give a big show to everybody.
Right. And how important was it to make sure you left week 2 with a win?
Yeah, of course, it's especially for us being as a very young team, it's always important also to such big victories like against Germany, and it was not a too easy week for us. And when we could go out with a victory 3-2 against Germany, that helps us a lot to raise our confidence.
Nika, obviously exciting to play at home. Is it also a little bit nerve-wracking to play at home?
Good morning, everyone. Of course, maybe it can give a little bit more pressure, but I think we should try to really enjoy it and not see the playing at home as more pressure. I mean, like Felix said, we're here with a very young team. We can play free. We have no pressure, actually. So it's very exciting, Mm-hmm.
No pressure and lots of crowd support.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We hope to see everyone in orange.
Yeah. What do you like about what you've seen with the progression of your team through the first 2 weeks?
I mean, I think, we had some difficult games last week, but I think in general, we showed a little bit less ups and downs. And I think that's what is normal for a young team. But it's really nice to see that it already got better. So I really hope to see also this week that we can improve still.
Okay, good. I'm sure there'll be more questions for you. Katarzyna, when you were training with your team before the VNL, did you honestly think you'd have 4 wins at this point? Good for your team, though.
Good morning, everybody. No, I think we maybe think about it in our dreams, but we are so happy that we can be here. For us, it's first time here. For everybody, it's something new. But I think it really helps us the first week when we can beat USA and we can get the confidence there.
Right.
And we can see that we can win or we can compete with all these teams. And from that, I think we find some flow and we really enjoy every game. And I think you can see it on the team that this is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm. I'll ask the same question I asked Paula. Some of the unsung heroes on your team.
I think, first of all, this is the coach who bring us here, who developed the team through the years, and this is his job to bring us here. But I would say all 14 players, because we don't have stars. We don't have one player who will kill all the balls, but we have 14 players who can come in and help the team.
Yeah. Yeah, that was another thing I noticed. A lot of different leading scorers on your team as well. Thank you. Tiana, everyone is wondering about your health. How are you, and how much will we see you on the floor? We're excited to have you here for sure.
Good morning to everyone. I feel great now.
Great.
Yes, and I'm happy to be back with the team. I don't know how many games I will play. This is not my decision, so you will have to ask coach. But I think I'm ready to help the team. This will be the last 4 games for us at this year's VNL. So we want to, of course, show our best performance. I know that our position is not the best right now, but honestly, I don't feel pressure, and I'm not worried, because I believe that we will fight, we will show good volleyball. After week 2 in Belgrade, we have 2 weeks to practice together, to get to know each other better. We are also a younger team compared to the last year, so we know that we need to work together a lot, and let's see how it will be this week, but I'm pretty positive that we can play good volleyball.
Oh, good. Yeah, you mentioned it. Your team hasn't won, but it's been so close. I mean, five setters. What have been the things that have impressed you? I know, obviously, any coach, any person can pick out things that are wrong, but what have you liked?
I think that we have lots of potential, and all the girls that are here, they want to show themselves, they want to fight, to improve, and I think this is the most important. Many of our players didn't have chance to play on big stage like VNL is, but I think they were pretty brave and played good in some critical moments. As you said, we lost 5 games, 3-2, but I think this will be a big experience for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on the floor.
Thank you.
Instead of just around, we saw you every day in Belgrade, but glad to have you actually out there. Okay, I'm going to open up the questions. If anyone here has a question that they would like to ask one of the players or the coach, and we'll go that way. Anyone? We have a microphone actually for you as well. Anyone? Anyone? No questions? We did a great job. We explained everything so well. They have no questions. All right. Well, I'm going to ask the fan questions then. These are fun. I'll start on the far end. Melia, this is interesting. Which song has been playing the most in your locker room this season?
That is an interesting question.
Do you know?
I don't know, because actually the DJ has been changing a lot. So the
So
type,
do you
the
have a
type
different-
of songs,
Pardon?
the type of songs was changing, and also the language. So I really can't choose one.
No?
I'm sorry.
So do you have a different player as a DJ each game?
It's not a rule, but
Right.
yeah, sometimes they just change. Like
Makes sense.
most of the time, it's Melissa Vargas, of course. I love her music, like especially the Spanish music. Like
Yeah.
this is one of my favorites. Let's say one of the Spanish songs, but I really
Okay.
cannot choose one.
But she's got the vibe for sure.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Paula. When did you first play volleyball, and how old were you when you realized you wanted to make this your career?
Good morning.
So the first time I played volleyball, I was like 11 years. And I think I didn't realize till the 3rd year I wasn't going back home, because I played at Club Italia. And the first 2 years I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this year and go back to my family because I miss them so much. And then in the 3rd year I was like, okay, I'm looking forward for the 4th year to then start my maybe career with clubs. So I would say 17 years is when I said, okay, maybe this can be my new lifestyle.
And did you change positions a lot when you were younger? Like, Did you change? Were you ever a setter, or were you ever a blocker, or anything like that, or were you always?
No, so I started off like a outside hitter, but then my passing wasn't that great. And when I had to choose to go out for a club in outside or opposite, I was like, I'm just gonna attack. It's okay. I don't want to stress my life.
All right, great. Elisa, this is interesting. What's your favorite meal before the game?
Oh, I think it's a classical one, just a pasta with tomato sauce and some meat or some chicken or something, kind of basic.
Right. What about if you were to play at, say, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Would you have that for breakfast?
No. Then I would maybe go for some eggs or something. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, Nika. Sorry, Felix, I didn't have a question for you from a fan. I'll think of something. What would you recommend, Nika, to your fellow players from other countries to see or experience while they're here in Apeldoorn, in the Netherlands?
Well, I'm not from Apeldoorn.
No, I
and
know.
I haven't been here a lot, honestly. I would recommend them to go to Amsterdam. No, I'm joking.
Can we edit that part out? No. Even just in the Netherlands, what are the? I mean,
Well, yesterday we've been at the market square.
Mhm.
I don't know, the center. Can be nice.
that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. How about the cheese market in Gouda? That would be kind of cool too. All right. Katarzyna, what's the craziest way that you and your teammates have celebrated a victory this year? From a fan.
Well, I think this year it was hard to celebrate some crazy way because we have lots of games in the week and then you travel and then you practice, and I think it's hard to celebrate really crazy in the season, but yeah, I hope in the end we will have some crazy celebration.
What do you remember about the moments when you beat USA?
That it was pretty long. Like we know afterwards that we were like facing 10 match balls and everything, and actually we play another set. We didn't play tiebreak, but yeah, it was something unbelievable for us, and it was crazy. Also, it was pretty late at night, so it was lots of emotions together. But we also know that second day we have another game.
Right.
So our coach always said that we can celebrate 1 hour and then we need to focus for another game. So, but it was like the emotions were really high.
Right. Okay. All right, Tiana. Even in difficult pressure situations, which you said, this week is partly for your team, you want to have fun, right? You still want to have fun. And as the captain, and how do you try to keep that joy in the game for your teammates?
Yes, we all know that we cannot change the past, so we have to look what's coming in the future. I think that we all love volleyball, and volleyball is a big part of our life. So when we go inside of the court, this joy and this energy just happens. So I don't think I need to motivate my teammates. They have lots of motivation already. I can help them as someone who is here for more than 10 years, maybe with some experience and some advice, but I don't think we will have any problem with motivation and joy in the court.
I think when they see you out there, that will obviously bump their joy as well. Felix, I was just thought of something for you. The load management thing. I think that's a big thing for coaches and players. How do you manage that with your team?
I think first I have to say I have a big staff behind myself. So basically we are just always in front and give the interviews and take the spotlight. But yeah, we have, for me, one of the best strength and conditioning coach. We have very good physiotherapists, and we have a lot of technology that we are going to use for the load for the players. And we basically, when we are especially back in the Netherlands, we have always a big group to practice. So there's also a lot of rotation, and of course, listen also to the players, how they are and how they feel, and then, of course, trying to be always very sensible for that.
Good. All right. Has anyone here thought of any questions? Anyone? No? Okay. Guess what? I have more questions. How are we doing? Okay. We're going to get you guys out of here early. Melia, we saw the incredible fan support that you got at home, and many Turkish fans are expected to follow these games here in the Netherlands. So what does that support of your Turkish fans mean to you, and especially when you're playing outside of Turkey?
It means everything. Of course, as I mentioned before, when we played here in Apeldoorn before, we saw a lot of red flags in the stands. So that was obviously a big turn up for us and like a big motivation. And we are so, so grateful for everybody who comes here and supports us because that's our power as an extra energy out of the court that keeps us motivated during the games.
I like that. That's like your superpower.
Yes.
There you go. Speaking of superpower, Paula, you're the only unbeaten team this year in the VNL, men's or women's. I don't know if you knew that. But what has made your team so consistently strong, do you think?
I would say thinking game per game and not what could happen. I mean, eventually we're going to lose a game, and that's part of a life. Like, you can't always win. But having to play games like against strong teams and build on the system where everything doesn't go easily, but there's going to be a moment of difficulty and learning how to stay in those moments. I think during these weeks we went through that, so I'm happy we could win. But I mean, we are not thinking about, oh yeah, we went 9-on-9. We just want to progress game after game and of course win. And if it's possible, good. If not, there's going to be a next game.
All right. Sounds like good advice for everyone. Next play, next set, next match. Yeah. Elisa, how would you evaluate your team's performance so far? And all right, I'll just start with that one.
I think we're still playing with a lot of ups and downs. We had some good games, but also some where we could really not show our level in volleyball. But it's maybe also part of the younger team, girls that are here for the first time. So we try to manage this, and a little more experienced players try to help the younger players. And we're just looking at the bigger level that we're just going up each game, and maybe we can learn from Paula and just look at the next game and try to do better than yesterday.
We can all learn from Paula. That's great. Which match are you looking forward to most in week 3? It wouldn't be on Thursday against the Netherlands, would it?
I don't know. I'm actually looking forward to each game because we can play against so good teams, and it's actually an honor to play against them. But maybe, the game against Netherlands, it's a little fight between us. And I hope that there is also like some crowd of Belgium coming here to Apeldoorn to support us.
Yeah. Are you expecting pretty good crowd to come across the border?
I know a few people that are coming, but I hope there's a lot, yeah.
Good. All right. Nika, the VNL returning to Apeldoorn, so how important is it to have a strong performance in front of the home crowd? I know this is a young team and all that, but how important is that?
Of course, very important. We really want to show our best volleyball here in front of our own fans. So, yeah, I would say pretty important.
Yeah?
Yeah, we will do our best.
What's the goal for week 3? Your coach is smiling beside you.
Honestly, I don't want to talk now about like winning or losing or whatever, but I think we can be satisfied after week 3 if we reach our level, if we progress every game. I know it's very cliche, everything, but I think especially for us, for being such a young team, this is really important to build still keep building on the team and progressing every game.
Okay, thanks. Katarzyna, what will success mean for your team at the end of this week?
Well, I think I will say what all the teams say. No, for us it's important to go for every game in like focus and to show ourselves the best, and then we will see what is the result. But we are always saying if we keep our 2 win, 2 loss every week, we are satisfied.
Yeah, 2 wins, 2 losses, not too bad. You might be going on to the finals if you do that, so we'll see, I guess. Tiana, what's the strategy for you specifically, because it's your first game playing in a while, and for the team for week 3? What's the strategy, the focus for this week?
I'm not sure about our strategy, but as I mentioned before, I just hope that we can enjoy as a team. We still have a lot to show at this year's VNL. We will play 4 games with 4 opponents that we respect a lot. And we played many games, many interesting games in the past. So let's just start from the first game that we play tomorrow. Of course, we want to stay in VNL for the future. So this is our goal and strategy.
It sounds almost similar to Paula, where it's also the next point, the next set, you can't look too far ahead.
Yes, I think this is the best way to focus and to control ourselves, because it's game by game, so this is how we also have to think.
Yeah. Okay. Has anyone thought of any questions yet? In some of the cities, we've had people ask dozens of questions, so just saying, putting it out there. Anyone? Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up then, and we certainly appreciate everyone here on the stage and everyone watching online. Thank you to all our participants for your time and your thoughtful insights, and to the members of the media who are here and continue to support the athletes, their stories, and which help make this sport so powerful. So, and to the fans watching all over the world, we're glad to have you as well, and so glad you joined us. And don't forget, all the action begins tomorrow, and you can catch every match live on VBTV. And on behalf of Volleyball World, we want to thank you for being part of the journey. We look forward to a week full of passion and performance and unforgettable volleyball. So thank you, and enjoy the games. Okay. Thank you.